Imagine waking up every morning, you look into the mirror, and you tell yourself, I am confident, I am growing, I am mastering English every single day. Now, at first, that might feel a bit strange, maybe, even a little uncomfortable, like you're trying on clothes that aren't quite yours yet. But what if we told you that this simple daily habit, this seemingly small thing, could actually transform your mindset, unlock your confidence, and really speed up your English learning journey? We're not talking about some quick fix here, but a really profound internal shift.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what if the biggest barrier holding you back from English fluency isn't, vocabulary or grammar rules or
Hmm.
even not having the right resources? What if it's actually something much more fundamental, something inside your own head, your thoughts, your beliefs, the stuff you've maybe believed for years? We often look outside, right, for the textbooks, the apps, the lessons. But today we're diving deep into the extraordinary power of your mind, seeing it as maybe your most powerful language learning asset, tapping into that potential.
That is exactly what we're going to unpack in this deep dive. We've got some really compelling excerpts from Daily English Affirmations. Train Your Mind for Success and Confidence. It's an audiobook that basically argues that mastering any skill, but maybe especially English, really starts in the mind. So, our mission today, to explore how these daily affirmations actually work, why they seem to be so effective psychologically, maybe even neurologically, and most importantly, how you can use them, how you can harness this to become, well, an unstoppable English communicator, real strategies to shift things from the inside out.
It's a really fascinating angle,
Mm.
because it does challenge a lot of the conventional wisdom out there. The book suggests that if your inner voice is constantly saying things like, oh, I can't do this, or my English just isn't good enough, your brain doesn't just sit there passively. It actually sort of gets to work finding evidence to back that up. It looks for excuses, highlights your mistakes. It basically creates this self-fulfilling prophecy, this negative loop that keeps you stuck.
Right. It's like your brain is trying to prove you right, even when you're being negative about yourself.
Exactly. But the flip side is if you consistently affirm, I can do this, or I'm already on my way, or my English improves every single day, your brain starts to shift its focus. It starts actively searching for opportunities, makes you more receptive to learning, more aware of chances to practice. It primes you for positive action. And this isn't just wishful thinking. It's described as a real reprogramming of that internal dialogue, like
Yeah.
updating your mental software.
Okay, let's unpack that because that idea, our brain actively seeking proof for our beliefs, that's huge and kind of scary if it's confirming the negative stuff. So, how exactly do these affirmations work their magic? Why is mindset so critical here? It sounds almost too simple. Does the book get into the how beyond just think positive?
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really interesting. The core idea in the audiobook uses this analogy of affirmations as seeds. Seeds you plant daily, and then you water them with belief, repeat them with conviction. It's a great analogy because it shows it's about growth, right? Not just flipping a switch.
Cultivating something.
Precisely. But what really stood out to me is this idea of cognitive pruning. It's not just about planting the positive seeds, it's also about pulling out the weeds, those old limiting beliefs, the negative self-talk that's been running on autopilot. Because if you don't clear that space first, the affirmations might struggle to really take root. The book talks about ways to identify and sort of uproot those weeds before you start planting.
Ah, that makes sense. So you're preparing the soil, essentially,
Yeah.
making space for the good stuff. So the source says learning English or any skill starts in the mind. And these seeds, if you plant them daily, water them with belief, repeat them with conviction, they grow into strong habits of success. It implies this consistent, nurturing process.
Exactly. And the why behind it, neurologically speaking, is fascinating. When you repeat powerful sentences, these affirmations, especially with feeling, you're not just saying words. The book uses the metaphor of strengthening your English-speaking muscles, but beyond that, you're literally training your brain pathways, training it to think like a confident, successful communicator. You're actively disrupting those old negative pathways and forging new ones. So instead of automatically thinking, my English isn't good enough, you consciously reprogram with, say, my English improves with every word I speak.
So it's like a conscious override, a systematic campaign against self-doubt almost.
Yeah.
What's actually happening in the brain then? Is there a tangible basis for this?
Yeah, there is. It ties into neuroscience. Repetition, especially when you add strong emotion, can literally rewire thought patterns. Our brains have this incredible plasticity, right? They change based on experience, learning, even our internal chatter. It's that principle, neurons that fire together wire together. When you repeatedly affirm something with feeling, you strengthen the connections for that belief. The audiobook even mentions how it can strengthen the myelin sheaths around these new pathways. Myelin is like insulation on a wire.
Ah, making the signal faster, more efficient.
Exactly. It's like upgrading a bumpy dirt road in your brain to a smooth superhighway for confident thought.
Yeah.
And the old, downing roads, they just fade from lack of use.
Wow, upgrading our brain's infrastructure. And the source really emphasizes the emotion part. Don't just whisper them, say them with power. Feel them in your chest. Believe them in your heart. Smile. Move your body with energy. It's a whole body thing.
Precisely. That emotional engagement isn't just, performance. It massively amplifies the impact. It integrates the affirmation more deeply. Because confidence isn't just a thought, right? It's a state of being. It's physiological, psychological. When you feel the affirmation, you activate parts of your brain's limbic system, the amygdala, for example, which handle emotion and memory. Linking positive beliefs to positive emotions helps bypass those fear responses that trigger doubt. You're not just thinking confident, you're feeling it. And that feeling fuels action.
Okay, so this isn't just some vague concept. It's a practical, neurologically grounded technique applied to language learning. That makes so much sense. All right, armed with that, how do we apply this to the real challenges of learning English? The audiobook breaks it down into key areas. Let's start with the big one. Confidence in speaking. Okay, let's tackle that speaking anxiety, that feeling. We've all been there, right? Picture this. You're in a cafe, maybe meeting someone new. They smile, look at you, and ask a simple question like, so what do you like to do in your free time? And boom, heart races, mind blanks. You hesitate, worry about mistakes. That voice kicks in. What if I sound stupid? What if my grammar's awful? What if they don't get me? That moment of internal panic. It can just freeze you.
Oh, absolutely. If you've ever felt that paralysis where the words just won't come out, you are definitely not alone. Every single learner experiences that. But here's what's really empowering from the audiobook. Confidence isn't this fixed thing you're born with. It's a skill, something you actively train, like a muscle. Every time you use it, it grows stronger. That changes everything, doesn't it? It's not luck, it's development.
Yeah, it shifts it from hoping you'll be confident to knowing you can build confidence. And these affirmations, they're like your personal gym for confidence. It's where you do the workouts, build up those speaking muscles day by day.
And a really crucial point the source makes. Confidence doesn't mean never making mistakes. Let's get that straight. It means speaking anyway. It's about understanding that perfection isn't required to participate. Fluency is a journey, and that journey is paved with errors, hesitations, corrections. Those aren't failures, they're signs you're engaged. Data points for getting better.
That is such a liberating shift. So instead of aiming for perfect English, which is terrifying, we aim for something else. The book has some powerful affirmations for this. Let's hear a few. Try to feel them. I'm confident every time I speak English. I trust myself to express my ideas. I don't need perfect English. I need brave English. I love that phrase, brave English.
That one really resonates. It's not about being fearless, it's about choosing progress over silence, right? Recognizing that an imperfect word spoken is way better than a perfect thought kept inside.
Exactly. Then there's every word I speak makes me stronger. My mistakes are proof that I am learning. I am a confident English speaker today. These aren't just nice phrases. They're direct challenges to those inner doubts.
And what's key psychologically is that affirmations aren't about describing your reality right now. You might think, confident, I just messed up ordering coffee. But you're not lying. You're speaking your desired future into being. They're about what's becoming true through repetition. You're training your brain to see and accept a new identity, that of a confident speaker, speaking your future self into existence.
Like mentally rehearsing the role until it becomes natural.
Exactly. Think about little kids learning to talk. Do they worry about grammar? Pronunciation? No way. They just talk. They babble, laugh, repeat, make tons of mistakes. But we celebrate those mistakes as progress. They just keep going. Why should English be different for us? We just need to tap back into that judgment-free exploration.
That's a great reminder. We build these walls as adults. So practically, how do we start using this right away? The book has a clear challenge.
Yes, it says, today, use one of these affirmations before your next conversation. Simple, right? If you're about to order food, tell yourself, I am confident every time I speak English. Going into a meeting, whisper, my voice matters. I'm proud of my progress. And the so what is huge. Each time you do this, you're not just practicing English, you're programming your mind for courage. It's a direct act of building self-efficacy, proving to yourself, hey, I can do this, even if it feels a bit scary.
And that's where real confidence comes from, isn't it? Those repeated small acts of courage. The big takeaway here has to be confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is the decision to speak, even with fear.
That's the core of it. It's not about eliminating fear, which might be impossible anyway. It's about developing the resilience to act despite it. Knowing each attempt expands your comfort zone.
So how do we make this stick? Make it a habit. The advice is straightforward. Repeat them daily. Write them down. Stick them on your mirror. Record yourself. The more you encounter them, the deeper they sink in. Okay, so speaking confidence is one piece. What about the bigger picture? Sustaining the learning. That brings us to cultivating a success mindset. Right, so we've talked about tackling that immediate speaking fear, building that brave English. Now let's zoom out. Think about the long game. The audiobook asks us to picture two learners, starting at the same time, same basic level. One thinks, ugh, English is so hard I'll never get it. I'm just not good at languages. The other, facing the same stuff, thinks, okay, this is a challenge, but I'm kind of excited. I know I'll get better every day if I stick with it. Who succeeds faster? Seems obvious, but the implications for our daily practice are massive.
And the answer, the book says loud and clear, isn't the one with more natural talent or more money. It's the one with the stronger mindset, period. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Fill it with doubt, you'll find reasons to quit. Your brain will literally help you find those reasons. But fill it with belief, with possibility, you find the energy to keep going, to find solutions, to push through setbacks. A success mindset isn't just nice, it's the engine that drives the whole process. It's what separates those who stall from those who soar.
It's a fundamental difference in approach. So let's define it for English learners.
Yeah.
What is a success mindset? It's believing progress is always possible. Understanding mistakes aren't failures, they're feedback. They're steps forward. It's seeing time and effort as investments, not wasted energy. Knowing every word learned, every sentence tried, every practice session, it all counts towards fluency. It's a growth outlook.
And the really good news, the book stresses this. It's not something you're born with. It's not fixed. It's something you build daily. It's a skill like grammar or vocabulary. And affirmations, they're your building blocks, the mental reps you do to strengthen that mindset muscle.
Okay, let's hear some of those building blocks. The source gives us some great ones. I have a success mindset. I see challenges as opportunities to grow. Every day I move closer to fluency. My efforts create results step by step. I celebrate progress, not perfection. That's a big one. I am capable of mastering English. My future self will thank me for today's practice. I am unstoppable in my English journey. These are powerful declarations.
And if you're thinking, but I don't really believe that yet, it feels fake, that's okay, that's normal. The audiobook tackles this directly. Affirmations aren't about describing your current reality perfectly. They're about creating your future reality. You're planting seeds of belief. The more you water them with repetition, with feeling, with aligned action, the more they grow into truth for you. It's forward-looking.
Actively constructing that future self, not just hoping for it.
Exactly. Think about top athletes again. Do they wake up thinking, I'll probably lose? No way, that'd kill their motivation. They tell themselves, I am strong, I am ready, I will win. That mindset fuels their training, helps them push through pain. It's critical. You can apply that same mental discipline to English. It's part of the training.
That makes total sense, aligning your inner voice with your desired outcome. So how do we connect this to action? Make sure these beliefs actually fuel our practice.
The book suggests a really practical exercise. Before you start your English practice each day, say 3 affirmations out loud with energy. Feel them. Then immediately start your study session. Notice how much more focused and motivated you feel. It creates this link, belief, action, belief. Don't just say, I am disciplined, then skip practice. Say it, feel it, then prove it to yourself by doing even just 5 minutes. Every small action reinforces the mindset, builds self-trust. You're showing your brain these words are real.
It's that self-reinforcing loop again. Belief fuels action. Action strengthens belief, creates momentum.
Totally. And when your mindset shifts like this, everything changes. Instead of, this is too hard, it becomes, this is a challenge I can handle. Instead of, I don't have time, it's, I make time because this matters. It transforms how you see obstacles and commit to your goals. Your brain becomes your ally, not your critic.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, maybe the most impactful part for many learners. If mindset helps us face challenges, what about the biggest roadblock? The fear of making mistakes.
Ah, yes, the big one. That fear of sounding silly, getting judged. It's huge. And the audiobook gives us ways to completely reframe our relationship with errors, turning them from enemies into teachers.
Let's really dig into that fear of making mistakes in English. If you can, just close your eyes for a second. Think back. When is the last time you wanted to say something in English, contribute, ask a question, but you just didn't? The words were there, maybe, but fear stopped you. That voice. What if I say it wrong? What if they laugh? What if they don't understand? It's so common, so frustrating.
That fear is potent, no doubt. It can absolutely paralyze you. But here's the liberating truth the source hammers home. It's mostly an illusion. Mistakes are not your enemy. They're literally your teachers. They're proof you're trying, stepping out there, and trying, even imperfectly, is always, always better than staying silent. Silence is the real mistake because nothing happens. No learning, no connection.
So true. And that fear, it's natural. Everyone feels it. But confidence, as the book says, isn't not feeling fear. It's speaking despite the fear, acknowledging it, but not letting it call the shots.
Exactly. Think back again to learning your first language as a kid. You made thousands of mistakes, right? Mispronounced words, messed up grammar. But nobody shamed you into silence. You just kept going, driven by that need to communicate. Why should English be different? When you change how you see mistakes, from shame triggers to progress markers, everything shifts. Instead of, I failed, you think, okay, I learned something. It becomes about refinement, not judgment.
It's like consciously adopting that childhood fearlessness again, shedding that adult self-consciousness. So how do affirmations help us reprogram this fear? The book offers some direct hits. I am not afraid of mistakes. They make me stronger. Fear does not control me. I control my voice. Every mistake is a step toward fluency. I choose courage over silence. Fear fades every time I speak. Mistakes are my teachers, not my enemies. I speak with confidence, courage, and joy. These really reframe mistakes as allies.
And here's another crucial thing to remember, something we often forget in our own heads. When you make a mistake, most people barely notice. Native speakers especially, they're usually focused on your message, on connecting, not picking apart your grammar. And honestly, when people do notice an error, they often admire your courage for trying. People respect effort way more than silent perfection. The core message is liberating. Perfection isn't the goal. Communication is. If you connect, if you're understood, that's success. Fluency comes through mistakes, not by avoiding them.
That is so validating, takes so much pressure off. So practically, how do we actively embrace errors instead of cringing?
The book suggests a simple but powerful exercise. The next time you speak English and make a mistake, pause, just for a second.
Hmm.
Instead of that automatic, oh no, I'm terrible, consciously tell yourself, great, one more step forward, I'm learning. Maybe even smile. Correct yourself if you can, sure, but the main thing is, don't stop talking. Keep going. This instantly turns the mistake into a small win. Imagine how free you'll feel when that fear loses its grip. You're building a new, resilient response.
Celebrating the attempt, extracting the lesson, that changes everything. So the key takeaway, the only real mistake is staying silent. Every word you try, every sentence, every conversation you join is progress. Permission to just try.
Absolutely. It champions the action needed for growth. You only get better at speaking by speaking, and that requires making those imperfect, courageous attempts.
Okay, so we're willing to make mistakes, build confidence. But what about the long haul? Keeping it going day after day when the initial excitement fades, that's often the real hurdle.
You nailed it. That's exactly where daily discipline becomes absolutely essential. It's the steady hand when motivation takes a vacation. It's the commitment, even when you don't feel it.
Let's talk about that motivation trap.
Yeah.
We've all been there. You start something new, like English learning, super excited, new apps, notebooks, maybe a class. First week or two, unstoppable. You're practicing, engaging. But then life happens. You get busy, tired. You skip one day. Just this once. Then two. Suddenly a week flies by. I'll do it tomorrow, you say. But tomorrow never quite comes. Sound familiar?
Painfully familiar for most people, and the book is blunt about it. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up. It's usually not talent, not IQ, not resources. It's discipline. Motivation is great. It's the spark, but it's unreliable. Discipline is the choice you make every day, regardless of feelings.
Right. Discipline is the secret sauce. Motivation starts the fire. Discipline keeps it burning steadily. It means showing up even when you don't want to, doing 10 minutes on a crazy day instead of 0, choosing progress, however small, over excuses.
And here's the powerful truth the source highlights. You don't need hours every day. You just need consistency. Even 15 minutes a day done regularly is way more powerful than cramming 3 hours once a week. Your brain loves routine, consistent input. Discipline is about those small, manageable steps, repeated daily, adding up to big success. It's the compound effect in action.
And this is where affirmations really help bolster that discipline, make it part of your identity. Let's hear some for discipline and motivation. I am disciplined in my English practice. Small steps every day create big success. I am motivated and consistent. Even on busy days, I choose progress. I show up for myself because my future matters. Discipline is my superpower. Love that one. I don't wait for motivation, I create it. My daily actions lead me to fluency. These internalize the commitment.
They really do. Think about those pros again. Athletes, musicians, anyone at the top. Do they only practice when they feel motivated? Of course not. That's a myth. They succeed because they practice every day, even when it's boring, hard, or they just don't feel like it. That's discipline, the commitment to the process.
Such a crucial point. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a choice, a habit. So how do we activate motivation through action, especially on those low energy days?
The book suggests this brilliant trick. Decide on a minimum daily habit, something so small, so easy you almost can't fail. Like, I'll read one English sentence while the kettle boils, or I'll say 3 affirmations before bed. Make it non-negotiable but tiny. Once you nail these micro habits consistently, you naturally start doing more. Success breeds success, creates momentum, and it shows that motivation often follows action. Don't wait to feel motivated, just start. Tell yourself, just 5 minutes. Once you start, inertia is broken, and you often keep going.
Yeah, lowering the barrier so much you just do it. Tricks your brain into starting.
And showing up consistently, even for tiny bits, builds huge self-trust. You start seeing yourself as someone who follows through, a diligent learner. Your inner dialogue changes from "this is too hard" to "this is a challenge I can handle," from "no time" to "I make time."
Mm.
And a key tip, celebrate the small wins. Practice 10 minutes. Awesome. Learned one word. Fantastic. Repeated affirmations. Perfect. Success is built one small, celebrated step at a time.
That's a great frame. Discipline isn't a burden. It's the bridge to where you want to be. Every day you cross it, you get closer. Those small steps add up.
Exactly. Now we've covered the doing, the discipline, the action. What about the seeing and believing? Believing in your success before it happens. That leads us into visualization.
Right, visualizing your fluent future. Tapping into that power of mental imagery to shape reality. Let's try it. Close your eyes for a second if you can. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, a year, whenever your goal is. You're in a room, people talking English, and you smile, join in, share ideas clearly, no hesitation. You feel relaxed, confident, proud. Just soak in that feeling. Ease, joy, connection.
That vision, that picture in your mind, it's more than just daydreaming. The audiobook explains it's a powerful tool for creating reality. Visualization. Why? Because your brain doesn't fully distinguish between something vividly imagined and something actually experienced. When you consistently visualize speaking English confidently, your brain starts to believe it's possible, even probable. And belief, as we know, drives action. It's mental rehearsal.
So if we see it clearly, our brain helps us believe it, making us more likely to achieve it. The core message: every success story begins twice. Once in the mind and once in reality. If you can see yourself as a confident English speaker, you are already halfway there.
And affirmations loop back in here perfectly, anchoring that vision, making it feel more real, more solid.
Let's hear some affirmations, specifically for visualization. As you say them, try to really picture it. I see myself speaking English with confidence and ease. I visualize my fluency, and I move toward it every day. My vision of success motivates me to practice daily. I already carry the identity of a fluent English speaker. My dream of fluency is becoming my reality. I see it, I believe it, I achieve it. I am living the future I imagine today. These invite that future into the present.
Feel those words not just in your head, but in your body. Smile as you say them. Let yourself really believe in that picture of success. That emotional connection is key. Think about it. Before a runner wins, they see themselves crossing the line. Before a musician performs, they imagine the applause. You can rehearse your English success mentally before it happens. Prepare your mind, emotions, body for it. It's peak performance 101.
That mental rehearsal sounds so valuable. Practicing in a safe space, experiencing success internally first. So how do we make this a daily habit?
The book suggests something simple. Every morning, maybe after your affirmations, close your eyes for just 1 minute. Imagine a specific situation where you're using English confidently. Maybe introducing yourself, giving an opinion. See yourself doing it calmly, joyfully. Then speak 1 or 2 affirmations aloud to lock it in. Consistency is key. Visualization isn't passive. It's active mental training. The more vividly you imagine, the more your brain acts in line with that image. You start carrying yourself differently, feeling more confident, taking actions that make the vision real.
And the amazing part is when you do find yourself in that real situation, it feels familiar, like you've already been there. Because mentally, you have. It's like empowering déjà vu.
Exactly. It primes you for success, reduces anxiety, makes the outcome feel almost inevitable.
Wow. We've covered so much today, showing how affirmations, approached right, can genuinely shift the entire English learning experience. Let's try and bring this all together.
Absolutely. Think back to maybe how you felt at the start of this deep dive. Maybe unsure, nervous, frustrated, believing progress was slow or impossible. But now you've hopefully seen that confidence, success, courage, discipline, vision, they aren't luck. They're choices, choices you make daily, skills you cultivate through intentional practice. It's a blueprint for transformation.
Yeah, we've covered affirming confidence, building a success mindset, transforming fear and mistakes into teachers, cultivating daily discipline, and harnessing visualization. It's a whole internal training program.
And affirmations, they're more than just words. They're daily reminders of who you're becoming. The language of belief, the fuel for motivation, the voice of your future self guiding you. This isn't passive knowledge, it's an active guide.
And the best part, the book makes it clear, you don't need to wait. No perfect time, no waiting until your English feels good enough. The perfect time is right now. Every small step today builds momentum.
So here's the clear call to action. Create your daily affirmation practice. Start today. Pick at least 3 affirmations each morning. Say them out loud, with energy, with belief. Feel them. Then, crucial step, pair them immediately with a small English practice. Just 5 minutes counts. Speak, read, write something. Action reinforces belief. And at night, visualize that success, then repeat one affirmation before sleep to lock it in.
And remember this final affirmation. Make it yours. I am confident, I am disciplined, I am successful, I am a fluent English speaker in progress, and I am proud of my journey. Say it now, say it daily, believe it, live it.
If you do this consistently, something amazing starts to happen. Your mindset shifts. You speak more, try more, grow faster. Confidence rises not because mistakes vanish, but because they lose their power over you. That's the power of intentional self-programming.
So what does this all really mean for you, listening right now? The truth is, you're not just learning English. You're becoming someone who believes in themselves, who acts consistently, who visualizes success into reality. And that, my friend, isn't just learning a language. It's mastering the most powerful language of all, self-belief.
And think about this principle, programming your mind, building discipline, visualizing success, it's not just for English, is it? This deep dive offers a bigger lesson. Could applying these same tools to any challenge, any goal in your life, career, health, creativity, unlock similar results? What other areas could benefit from this daily dose of intentional self-belief and visualized success? These tools are universal.
You really hope this deep dive gave you not just insights, but actionable tools to actively shape your English journey and maybe beyond. Keep affirming. Keep practicing. Keep becoming the best version of yourself in English and in life.